Kalkifern is a society of absolute structure. Every citizen lives under a set of rigid temporal laws, designed to maintain a single, unbroken historical record. Artix and his brother Joey have just been reunited with their sister, Xenia, after a lifetime apart. That reunion ends the moment Security Minister Lovat arrives to take Artix into custody. Artix faces the most severe charge in the Kalkifernian legal code, alteration. The state accuses him of intentionally interfering with the flow of history, a crime that carries an automatic death sentence. However, Artix is immortal. His biology renders standard execution methods useless, forcing the state to employ a highly specific legal loophole to carry out the sentence. This is the key to life. It is a device engineered specifically for immortals who have lived too long and wish to end their existence. It only functions if the user chooses to activate it. Minister Lovat's strategy relies on the weight of the law. By securing a conviction for alteration, he creates a legal obligation that compels Artix to voluntarily use the key to life to satisfy his sentence. While the president remains sidelined by the sanctity of the legal process, Xenia bypasses the courts. She accesses a telepathic history archive, searching for the specific event that turned the Lartzaret name into a target for the state. The records reveal a blood feud stretching back thousands of years, beginning with a coordinated strike that nearly erased the Kalkifernian government. Long before the trial, the young Artix, then known as Delsig, lived in the shadow of his parents, Ferris and Mur. They were immortals wielding gibberish magic, a power that allowed them to reshape physical reality at will. Ferris and Mur viewed Kalkifern as the first stepping stone toward ruling the entire universe. They saw the local population not as citizens, but as disposable subjects in their budding empire. Their coup began with the assassination of the security minister, the direct ancestor of the man currently prosecuting Artix. They followed this by targeting the president. Using their psychic influence, they drove the leader to a public and tragic suicide, ensuring the entire planet witnessed the collapse of their old order. This strike effectively decapitated the world's leadership. With the presidency and the security ministry gone, the administrative heart of Kalkifern was left in a total, unstable void. Standard Kalkifernian technology was useless against beings who could ignore the laws of physics. Because the populace lacked any resistance to gibberish magic, Delsig was the only person with the specific biological heritage and scientific knowledge required to challenge his parents. Delsig rejected his parents' chaotic magic. He dedicated himself to the predictable, measurable world of Kalkifernian science, seeking a technological solution to a magical problem. He spent years constructing the Timagor. It was a space-time vessel that functioned entirely on calculated physics, designed to operate in a pocket universe where the laws of nature could be rewritten. Delsig lured Ferris and Moore onto the ship and into specialized microgravity rooms. These chambers were engineered to neutralize their magic, effectively stripping the gods of their power. Faced with a permanent technological prison, Ferris and Moore chose to detonate themselves. The resulting explosion ended their threat, but left the Timagor and Delsig scarred. Delsig saved Kalkifern, but he also became the face of the family that destroyed the planet's original leadership. The Levat bloodline never forgot the loss of their ancestor, leading directly to the modern-day prosecution of Artix. Back in the present, Levat has moved his battle from the battlefield to the courtroom. He is using the absolute rigidity of the law to secure the revenge his family has sought for generations. He calls Joey to the stand, forcing him to detail a specific time travel incident involving a man named Harold Baxter. This vector represents fixed history. The red node is Baxter, an impending shift. Joey admits that when positioned to stop Baxter, Artix ordered him to stand down. This inaction branched history permanently. The original timeline dissolves, leaving the altered red vector as the new reality. Lovat has proven a crime of omission. By proving Artix knowingly allowed a historical shift to occur when he could stop it, the prosecution meets the legal definition of alteration. Because time laws are absolute, Artix's failure to act leaves him with no legal defense. There is no provision for a pardon when the crime involves the corruption of history itself. Xenia suddenly interrupts the proceedings with a desperate outburst, as the cold logic of the situation becomes undeniable. The defense has been dismantled by a series of logical, legal steps. This trial demonstrates that a perfectly rigid legal system is an incredibly potent weapon. In the hands of a bureaucrat with a grudge, the law itself becomes a more certain executioner than any magic or technology.